Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Obviously I haven't posted in this channel in over 6, 7, 8 months. Predominantly just been focusing on the Formula 1 channel. Guys, you can check that content out in the description if you're interested in Formula 1. Please make sure you like and subscribe to that channel. That would be appreciated. But nonetheless, so obviously you've seen the title, 75 Hard Challenge. What not to do when you're trying to diet or when you're trying to stay consistent and committed. It's not easy. Obviously everyone, we just had Christmas and New Year, New Me, blah, blah, blah. But ultimately, it's time for me to actually go on a serious diet and try and kickstart my health, get back to being a lot more healthier. Because it's not easy. In life gets so busy, we just end up consuming absolute crap. We probably spend too much time indoors. We don't go out as much as we probably used to. Obviously, when you're a kid, you just go out all the time. You ride BMXs, you exercise, you play football, you play basketball with your friends. You're doing stuff. You're being active. Then adulthood comes, and you get kids, and you get lazy. You focus on your work probably. But you do get lazy as you get older, right? It happens. So in order to kickstart that, in order to change that, I decided to run this 75 hard challenge. For me, it's like 75 days consistently. This is what you're going to do. So for me, I'm cutting out obviously any takeaways. Like, I'm notorious for having bad takeaways and just eating way too much crap. Like, I can't help it. I've just become an absolute mess in that regard. So like cutting out all the sugary stuff, all the processed foods, all the fried food, all the takeaways, bread, a lot of carbs. I'm trying to cut out a lot of carbs and a lot of processed food, because ultimately it's no good for you, right? It's absolute. If we actually knew all the crap that went into it, we probably wouldn't even take it anyway. Nonetheless, I'll be dropping some of the gym content as well, just so people can see, and hopefully it will keep some people motivated, and equally some people in the comments. You can keep me motivated, and we kind of like do this together, because it's not an easy thing when you've neglected fitness for such a long time and then you try to get back into it. So nonetheless, some of the top 5 things that you shouldn't do when you're trying to commit to a challenge, or trying to stay disciplined, trying to lose weight, trying to stay motivated, etc. So number 1, see, don't drastically measure yourself by the scales. Like, if you want to weigh yourself, great. To check your weight loss, absolutely fine. But don't get too consumed in it, because obviously there's gonna become like peaks and troughs and stuff. Some weird stuff's gonna happen in the beginning. That's what my PT's told me. He said, look at it, but don't take it too personally. If you see that one day it's shot up and the next day it hasn't, blah blah blah. Don't take it too seriously in the beginning. Like, you got to get consistent first. So you can measure yourself every day if you really want to, not a problem, right? But those first couple of like 10 days, first 5 to 10 days, don't stress about it too much. If you see it like fluctuating like this, try not to get too like ingrained and engrossed in the number. Number 2, do not put too much pressure on yourself. So obviously, you can't go from like crawling to sprinting. Everything is gradual. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take it easy. And if one day you feel like shit, it's not the end of the world. If you feel like you don't want to do it, you still got to do it. I'm not saying you haven't got to do it, but don't put this massive pressure on yourself, because ultimately then you'll end up feeling worse. You probably won't do it because you'll feel crap. You feel like you let yourself down, and then you'll go, do you know what? It's just easier to give up, and then you look for ways to give up instead of ways to continue and carry on doing it. So number 2, don't put too much pressure on yourself. Number 3, don't keep this to yourself. Tell as many people, right? Tell all your friends and your family that, look, this is what I'm doing. This is a diet, or this is the challenge, or whatever you're doing. Because ultimately, it's those people that will help and also keep you accountable. If they see that you're falling off, if they go, oh, hang on a minute, why are you having a takeaway? I thought you said you weren't having a takeaway for X amount of days. Or I thought you said you was going to go to the gym this week, and how have you not been? Do you know what I mean? So don't keep it to yourself, because you don't want anyone to know in case you fail. Tell people and let them also help keep you accountable. That's like one thing that I think is really, really important, because we're not going to do this by ourselves, right? It's impossible. The generation that we live in, we're predominantly lazy, right? It is what it is. If there's a way to do something easier, or there's a way not to do it, 9 times out of 10 we tend to do it. Number 4, don't think by going to the gym you're going to lose weight instantly, okay? And don't think that means you can eat whatever you want, or you can have multiple cheat meals during the week because, oh, actually I spent an extra 10 minutes in the gym, or actually I ran a little bit further, or I did this. No, it's literally more about what you're eating and what you're consuming than the actual exercise. Diet is on point, and make sure that your gym workouts are actually benefiting the weight loss. And by that I mean, don't just say because you go to the gym for half an hour and you sit on a flipping pedal bike and you don't actually work up a sweat, that's actually going to have an improvement. It's not really going to make much of a difference. And number 5, if you're running, so I've just started taking up running, and my God, is it boring on a treadmill. Like, literally, you're just running there, right? It is so boring. You just got a mirror looking straight back at yourself, and you think, fucking hell, this is boring. Like, it is mind numbing. I would advise not running on treadmill. But secondly, if you are going to run, don't try in the beginning. Do not run for distance, right? Because you probably won't get there anyway. Whatever distance you set yourself, you're not going to get there, right? But commit to running for at least 20 minutes, right? The first run you do, just say I'm going to run for 20 minutes. That's it. I'm just going to run for 20 minutes, and then obviously next session, then go right, bang. I'm going to run for 30 minutes. And then after that, do a couple of those where you're just literally just moving for half an hour, just moving constantly for half an hour. Then go, okay, what distance am I actually covering? Okay, I need to then start challenging yourself. Okay, I need to run X distance, then I need to run this distance. But to begin with, literally, I would advise not running on a treadmill because it's flipping mind-numbing, right? And it's even worse because you're just looking at yourself and you see you're flipping, it's not good. But when you start running, just go, right, bang, I'm going to run for, 25 minutes. I don't care where I end up. I don't care how slow I go. I'm just going to run for 25 minutes, going to get some air into the lungs, breathe in some fresh air, and you know what? It will actually do wonders for you. And then go, right, bang, 35 minutes, 40 minutes, whatever it is. And then start consistently going, right, okay, I need to run X amount of Ks this week. Or today I'm going to run 5K. Tomorrow I'm going to run 2K. And then the day after I'm going to run 3K. Whatever you want to do. But how to start to get back into running if you haven't done it for a long time, I would recommend just committing to running for like 20, 30 minutes max. Anyway, that is it for me. Quick little debrief on what I'm going through and also what to do or what not to do if you're trying to stay committed to a challenge. That's like my top 5. Guys, drop down below what things have helped you. What has helped you stay motivated if you've already done the 75 hard challenge? Or if you've already done any challenge, what are the things that keep you motivated? Number 2, share your success, right? Chuck down below in the comments like how much weight you've lost in the past. What are your new challenges now? What have you found really easy? You know, let's make a community out of it. What can other people who are reading this or watching this video can read the comments and go, oh, okay, I didn't know that X man's, they've said this. Okay, I'm going to try that in future. Actually, let's, build a good community if we can on the channel of just people like promoting products that they've used or ideas, recipes, etc. But flood the comments with good stuff that you know. Equally, if you're struggling to lose weight, if you're struggling to stay motivated, drop into the comments as well, and let's see if we can help support and get some more people motivated to ultimately lose weight, feel better, and live a healthier life. That's it.